Move on, our segment D Street Chatter. Nimesh has been speaking with a whole bunch of people across dealing rooms to get a sense of what they made of the budget and, of course, what from here. Nimesh, tell us more.
Hi, Prashant. So, day of consolidation as the two big events are out of the way, right? The Fed outcome last night and the interim budget. From an interim budget point of view, the market feedback is no bad news, is good news. So life moves on, and there are individual gainers as well. The mid-cap index may look weak, down 0.5%, but there are equally amount of large gainers as well in today's market. The PSU basket, the PSU housing stocks, a lot of PSU stocks are buzzing in trade. The drawdown in the broader markets is largely on few large stocks like Paytm is down 20% down circuit. India Cement was down. So is Aurobindo Pharma. So those stocks are dragging the broader markets down, but there are equal number of gainers as well. I've been saying for the last many days the institutional interest seems to be within the financials in the PSU stocks, and that's PSU bank stocks. And that's playing out again in today's trade. Big move on the PSU bank stocks. Of course, the cool off in the bond yields is helping. But generally, there is money now chasing the PSU bank stocks. That's the overall feedback. So net, life now moves on, and there is equal amount of interest back in the broader markets now.
Nimesh, what about stocks? What have you picked up today?
Well, a couple of large blocks that will have an impact on the overall institutional data as well. So watch out for a large block, a disclosure in PB Fintech. There is a large block, 5% equity got changed hands. I understand the P investor was a seller in block, which was an FDI, so it will only reflect in the institutional data. So is the case with the Indus Tower block deal as well. 9% equity got changed hands. Couple of large, P investors sold out. They were FDI investors, and a clutch of domestic and FIs were buyers in today's block. So both the disclosures will be quite interesting, but that will have an impact on the overall institutional data. The second name is Kalyan Jewelers. After the results, a bit soft in today's trade, but CD is now anticipating a large block. Remember, there is a P investor who's been selling constantly. So again, a large block is expected from the P investor in Kalyan Jewelers as well. So that's the second name. The third name is Eicher Motors. Overall, the autos have done well in trade today, but Eicher stands out largely on back of very strong buy flow. So expect high delivery volumes, and that's largely on the buy side from the larger institutions. And the last name is Bank of Baroda. I spoke about the PSU banks overall, but Bob stands out on strong buy flows, as well as there was a Nomura update as well today morning. So that's helping Bob to outperform in the PSU basket today.
Okay, all right, Nimesh, got that.
So
Thank you very much.
Just one minute. Nimesh, have you heard anything on Fusion MFI? Because they're also, I think, Warburg, and I think there's one more entity which owns. Is that stock's been down sharply since the morning? Anything you picked up?
Not really, Prashant. I spoke to a few large investors as well. Looks like, the Paytm concern is spreading out to all the other financials as well. So whether it's NBFCs, whether it's MFIs, all are under pressure today. It's not only Fusion Microfinance. There was a block as well. Looks like one of the, not the private equity investor, but one of the FI investor would have sold out. But no specific reason for the stock to be down more than 10% in today's trade.
Okay.
Sometimes when you ask Nimesh, have you heard? I want to say he's definitely heard, but I don't know how much he can tell us.
He can say on air.
television.
Yeah. Probably that's the case. All right, Nimesh, we'll let you go on that note. Won't pull your leg any longer. But, since you mentioned Paytm, aside of the budget, that is the biggest story.
Thank you for watching CNBC-TV18, and do follow us on all our social media platforms for news, updates and more.